What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be learning how to feeble grind on a mini ramp. Now, before you start learning this trick, just want to make sure you can 50-50 grind and feeble stall. Alright guys, so feeble grind, probably my favorite mini ramp trick. Once you get this down, it's just one of the best feeling tricks that's very easy to do it consistently. So first thing is, you got to learn 50-50 grinds just so you know how to lock that one wheel on the coping and just, be able to hold a long grind across the ramp. And it doesn't hurt to know how to feeble stall first, just to get the feeling of like how you're supposed to stand on it. So for foot positioning, I kind of have a wide stance when it comes to mini ramp. Like basically all my tricks, I have my feet in the same position. Sometimes with a feeble, I'll move my foot a hair back, just so it's easier for me to stay behind it and push the feeble grind out forward. So whenever I'm gonna feeble grind on transition, I'm generally looking for something with coping. So like this little edge, I probably wouldn't feeble grind. It'd just be kind of too hard and might stick. So I'm just gonna use this area to show you because it's a little easier for me to demonstrate. But when you come up to the coping, you wanna think of it just like an axle stall, right? Where you're just getting this one wheel on the coping, right? Once you get that, that's really all you need to focus on. Now, one of the main problems I see when people are first starting out with this, like learning the feeble stall, they get the whole truck on the coping, right? That's good, that's a good way to start and just get, the feeling of it. But when you feeble, you're never gonna be able to do it like this. Generally, you're gonna need to get the board on the side like this. So, it is good to feel it out and just get the rhythm down and coming back in, but ultimately you're gonna want the board to be sideways and it just looks a little better. Okay, and after you're able to lock into the feeble stall properly, then you can start trying to grind it. Now, like any other grind trick, you're gonna wanna come up at a big angle so you have enough speed to keep grinding. Now, something you need to focus on with this trick is, right here, the wheel is gonna rub on the ramp. That's like the main problem with this trick. This wheel gets stuck, then you'll fall into board slide and you'll jump off, right? And it feels like it won't go anywhere. So the way to get over this is to lean back. When you put pressure on your heel and all your weight is on your back foot and you're pushing your front foot out forward, that's what's gonna push through this resistance and keep it going. It's maybe sometimes you'll lean too far back and it can shoot out, but to me it's almost like it's better to lean back and just know you can grind it and get it going than to lean forward, stick, and just not really feel what the trick feels like. Now, something else you might notice as you're trying this trick is if you start to learn it on a smaller ramp, which is likely because, you're just feeling out a trick, the smaller the ramp, the more mellow the transition is. So when the transition's mellow, these inside wheels are gonna rub and you're not gonna be able to get completely sideways, so it's gonna stick a lot of the time. So just keep in mind, on a steeper transition, it's gonna be much easier to get this board sideways and actually grind. So the next thing you're gonna wanna focus on is your shoulders. So while you're grinding, it's gonna feel natural to turn like almost into a board slide motion because of the way the wheels grip on the top of the ramp. So for me, it's easier to look into the ramp and start turning my shoulders early. That way I'm not being pulled in like the opposite direction I need to go. Okay, and then from there, it's basically like you're coming in from a 50-50 grind. You're just gonna wanna press on the tail a little bit harder than you would for 50-50 because you have to make sure those wheels are getting up and over the coping and into the ramp. And once you get that trick down, you could try to learn some variations.